Everyone, so today talking about the mini day schedule, right? Mini day schedule. So this is how you can get an entire day's worth of work done in a small amount of time. So you can literally have 3 days in one day or 6 days in one day, right? Don't believe me? Well, just keep watching and then see for yourself.
First step in solving any problem is recognizing there is one.
While America's infrastructure.
We fought for moral reasons. We stood up for what was right.
This nation will rise up.
Where did I first learn this, right? This is important to see where it comes from. This is from one of my mentors who made millions and millions of dollars in his early 20s. He explained to me this is how he sets up his life. He learned it from his mentors who made billions of dollars. Like, imagine this. Imagine you're Elon Musk and you have Tesla, SpaceX, all the other stuff you're working on. You can't do just a whole day on one business, right? Because each of them need to keep moving forward. So what you would do is you have a mini day where you block out certain time. Okay, so that's the basic concept, right? Mini day. All right, so how do we do this now? So here's step one. I'll give you a general starting off point. And this is a suggestion that I'm gonna make is for the next 7 days, at least 3. Ideally, you do the next 7 days. You grab a notebook. I wish I had a notebook around me, right? You grab a notebook and pen or paper, and you bring it with you everywhere you go. So tonight, right before you go to sleep, bring that notebook with you, set it right by your bed. And this is the task. You write down from the moment you wake up, and you write down everything you do. Wake up, right? 7 a.m., wake up. 7:02, brush my teeth. 7:05, get changed, right? 7:10, go downstairs. 7:12, drink water. Like literally everything, to the point where you're almost annoyed by it. But here's the purpose, right? So you write it down all day long, right? You're gonna start to notice things like how much time you maybe spend on emails, how much time you spend on social media, all of that. You're gonna write it down. And you'll do it for 3 days at least. I recommend 7 days. And I don't wanna spoil it for you and what's gonna happen, but you're gonna get a lot of insight for sure into your time and what you spend with your time, right? What you spend doing, and is it being productive and making you money, building your business, going toward your goals and what you want out of life? Or is the time spent scrolling Facebook, right? Being mindless, wasting time, just distracting yourself or getting lost, right? That is what you're gonna start to see for yourself. Now, here's how we turn it into a mini day. Right? Because you could realize, I waste on average 1 hour a day scrolling social media, and I waste an hour a day in traffic, going here and there. Okay, great. Now you're aware, but awareness is not enough. So here's how you can turn all this information into something very practical and valuable for you that will help you change your life rapidly. You can implement this in the next few days, and you will automatically start seeing better results in your life if you're able to actually implement it. So what does this look like? Right, let's say you learn that you have like 5 types of things you do throughout the day. One is, let's say it's like personal care, right? So personal care, right? This could be everything from showering to doing workouts. So maybe you journal, maybe you have some sort of like meditation practice, something like that, right? So let's say personal care. 2, let's say it's admin stuff, right? Such as paying your bills, just like checking the mail, random stuff like that, right? I have to, for example, I go to the post office to ship out products sometimes, right? That's part of my administrative work. I have to drive and I have to go to the post office, right? I've automated that now and I have someone do that for me. However, it's something that I've had to do. Now, 3, let's say it's messaging and emails, right? So you could call this message and email. All right, if you run a business, obviously you're gonna be talking to people. All right, let's say 4 is actual meetings. Right, so this is then Zoom meetings, in-person meetings, stuff like that. All right, and just again, for the sake of example, let's say 5 is, 5 would be then you have to, throughout the day, you have to also, if you already have personal care, let's say it's self-development, right? It's called self-development. Right, or maybe you read a book once a day or something like that. All right, it's a little different than personal care. This would be more like body needs. This is more needs for your mind. So let's say that's your typical day. Or maybe you have kids, you got to take care of them, things like that. Now, you're going to get these buckets of what you notice yourself doing. And here's the trick, right? Instead of having 3 times throughout the day where you're checking your emails, or five times throughout the day where you're trying to read or you're trying to watch YouTube and study something, or you have, multiple times throughout the day where you're stuck in traffic and you're, trying to go run errands and things like that. That is, you waste so much time doing that. Plus, your focus is scattered. Okay? Do you want to be scattered or do you want to be focused like a laser beam? Right? Your choice. So here's what you do. So after, right? So phase one is a document for yourself. Right? So you're going to document for the next 3 to 7 days on what you do. 2, you're going to put tasks in buckets. And really, technically what you're writing down is every physical action. So let's say document physical action. Okay. So document physical actions. All right. Brush teeth, change clothes, walk dog, all right. Listen to music, send 4 emails. That's what you do. Then you put them into the buckets right after you have that for 3 to 7 days. And now right? So this is how I have my day set up. I literally block it in my calendar. This is why I make so much money. This is why my life is flowing very smoothly and continue to grow, is because I use Google Calendar. I put this in it. So I know, for example, my admin, I will do that systematically at a very specific time every morning. So I do my personal care when I wake up, right? So that's usually from about 6 to 7. And then from 7 to 8:30, I do self-development. Now, 8:30 to 9, I do my admin. And admin is also sometimes like the important bookkeeping, things like that, right? Talking to my accountant. Then after I have that, I usually have a meeting. I usually have a meeting with my team, and then I'm doing emails, right? And so that gets me through lunch. And then all afternoon, that's the other chunk I have for my meetings. So I have 2 types of meetings, but you see how this is focused, right? You see how it's way better than having a couple meetings in the morning, a couple at lunchtime, maybe 1 in the afternoon, maybe even an 8 p.m. meeting. Right? It's very different than having, you got your block for the meetings during the day. Maybe you have a morning meeting and then you can do your, 2 to 5 slot is meetings. So that is how you do this. But again, don't try and do this right now because this is my stuff, right? This is in part of the example. You got to figure out your own buckets, right? You might have stuff way different than me. You might have kids, right? You might have animals. You might have just different responsibilities that you have to do. Or let's say you can't set all your meetings at the same time. Okay, well, do your best to batch them. And again, this is the real beauty of this, is when you have it blocked in your calendar and okay, now's my time to do emails. Right? You get a new email comes in, you want to respond. Wait, no, save that for email time. And again, you might need one in the morning, in the evening, depending on your situation. But you want to batch it as much as you can, like put it in batches, because then you're going to be able to be focused, very clearly focused on what you're doing. Guess what? Your productivity is going to go up 5 to 10x just from that alone, because you're not half trying to do emails, half trying to talk to your kids, half trying to make your lunch, all that. It's like you're just here, present, focus on the thing. The caveat is if you don't trust yourself and you don't actually follow through on your agreements, that's a whole separate issue, right? That's going to go back to in your self-development time, are you doing the right things? And if that's you, right, leave a comment. You can reach out. I can help you with that. But if you're the kind of person that can hold true to what you're here to do, first, I'd suggest then prove it, right? Do at least 3 days of documenting your physical actions. Then 2, put the tasks in buckets. And then 3 is implement and iterate. So you implement it for a week. And then on Sundays, I take time, right? I keep Saturdays and Sundays a little different. Saturday is about half a day I work, and then evening I either take off or I'm going to some sort of more business event or something like that. Then Sundays, though, I will use Sundays for more self-reflection. So I'll do more personal care and more self-development, and I have very specific meetings on Sundays to get me ready for the week. So I recalibrate, reset it all, and then boom, I'm ready for the next week. So again, the buckets might change. That's why every week on Sunday, I call it Self-Reflection Sunday, right? Straightforward, but it gets the job done. And then every week over the year keeps building and building and building until you have a life literally by design, right? That is what this is all about, okay? And this is how you can get multiple days of work done in one single day. Where you have all these mini days throughout the day. get all your emails done, all your meetings done, so on and so forth. That is the mini day. Now, do you see how implementing this, you can get way more done in way less time and have less stress, and you can actually be focused on it, right? So you're going to produce a superior result. Cool. All right. Stay tuned. See you in the next video. Subscribe to my channel. Hey everyone. So I don't sponsor my videos at all, but I do like to at least say, for those who resonate with the message that I share, I do offer both personal mentorship as well as business mentorship. In personal life, I've made a lot of moves over the past few years. Now I have a beautiful wife, homestead, and all of that. In terms of business, I have one of my companies went from 3K to 30K a month in profit, as well as I have another business that I'm at over 150K this year in investments and things like that. So if that resonates and you want to actually make a positive impact with that type of money, just reach out, send me a message, and we'll chat.